We begin our show in Moscow, where multilateral peace talks on Afghanistan have opened. The conference aims at kickstarting direct talks between Kabul and the Taliban. The two sides have both sent a delegation to the conference, but the Taliban has denied the possibility of holding negotiations with the Kabul delegation. The Taliban says the conference is only meant to find a peaceful solution to the conflict in the country. And now let me bring in our correspondent Julia Chapman. She's live for us in Moscow for the latest on these talks. Hi there, Julia. Representatives from Iran, China, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, and Turkmenistan are also attending the talks there in Moscow. Can you tell us more about this multilateral event?
Yes, that's right. Russia invited a number of parties to these talks, although not all of them decided to attend. Although there are members of the Taliban in attendance, as you said, Russia, Afghanistan and U.S. governments have not sent any participants, although there is a U.S. observer who is attending. Sergei Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister, said in his opening remarks this morning that all the parties involved want to see a peaceful, united, multi-ethnic Afghanistan, and that participants shouldn't be trying to achieve any geopolitical aims through these talks, although U.S. officials, some U.S. officials have accused Russia of trying to put its own skin in the game in Afghanistan and of trying to undermine the ongoing U.S. and Afghan-led peace talks that are already underway. But Russia says that it's not doing that. It's just trying to foster more dialogue between the different groups involved in Afghanistan. And analysts say that Russia has involved the Taliban and is trying to get friendlier with the Taliban because they're being pragmatic about a solution that could be found in Afghanistan that they think would involve the Taliban in some form, and they're trying to be pragmatic and develop a relationship with a future partner.
In the meantime, Julia, Russia has initiated a series of meetings involving countries neighboring Afghanistan. What is Russia's stance on the Afghan peace process?
Well, Russia, of course, does have a particular interest in Afghanistan. Historically, of course, the Soviet Union waged a war in Afghanistan from 1979 that went on for a decade as it tried to prop up the communist government in Kabul against a number of insurgent groups. That was eventually led to an embarrassing withdrawal, an embarrassing defeat for the Soviet Union. But in a more modern context, Russia, of course, is worried about terrorism, and there have been a number of militant groups in northern Afghanistan in particular that have spilled into some of the Central Asian countries which share a border with Afghanistan. Among those, of course, is Tajikistan, and Russia has supplied arms and weapons to Tajikistan in an effort to help them combat any militants coming across the border with Afghanistan. And the two countries, Russia and Tajikistan, have held joint exercises. So it does have a number of interests in the region, but many critics of Russia would say that Russia is just trying to insert itself into another process to try to make it look like it's a bigger player on the international stage.
All right, thank you so much, Julia Chapman, bringing us the latest from Moscow.